Good morning and happy everything. Happy everything. If you woke up today, happy birthday. And happy solstice. We say goodbye to the beautiful sunlight that has blessed us all summer long, at least here in New York. To me, the sun, everything embodies everything. We are all things all the time. But to me, the sun is always, grandfather, father, masculine energy. And so today I say goodbye to the summer, but I also am willing to say goodbye to my father and all the things that I inherited from him that hurt me. And I have a willingness to let go of that now, because it's important for our forward movement that we do so, that we no longer be the kind of people who hurt ourselves and break our own hearts. I release all of the men in my life who have caused me heartache, beginning with my father, but not ending there, certainly. And it includes my sons in all the ways they have hurt me, and all the ways that I feel hurt by men. Thank you to all of those things that give us life and support our life that we never even think twice about. We never think twice about saying thank you to the air that we breathe, our lungs that function for most of us without any support. And while I am in good health, I want to say thank you to a thing that is so special to be able to breathe, so special that I am surrounded by all of this nature, all of this life, that I have been blessed with places to live that have centers, like little hidden paradise in the middle of my big city or my big town. And this is a nature preserve in my neighborhood that feels far away. There are certain twists or turns you could take on the path that make you feel like paradise really is everywhere, and that you don't have to go far to find yourself. You don't have to do the most extreme thing to begin to heal and to begin to integrate the lessons of your life and the purpose of the path you have walked. I give thanks for the sun that shines every day, even in winter, and we never have to ask it. We never have to set an alarm and say, hey, don't forget to rise tomorrow. And these are things that we often take for granted, but are life-giving, life-sustaining. You know, the air and the sunlight, which we are now sort of watching the wheel turn. We are about to feel nature in its equilibrium. And it's a brief moment, it's a fleeting moment like all moments. But we should look at today as an example of how to keep your balance. It won't be always, you know, sometimes the scales will tip because they need to tip. But on a day like today, we can absolutely keep things even. And we all have a day and a moment in our life where things are even. Maybe that time is coming for us now. Thank you to the waters. Thank you to the waters that we also take for granted. We run our showers for minutes before we even step in, and we take for granted the waters. The lakes, the rivers, the ocean, the unexplored ocean, the entire ecosystem that is because of the water. Without the water, there would also be no life. And I give thanks for these waters that I sit at right now. Maybe there are some fancier, crystalline, I don't know. Maybe there's something else somewhere else. But right here, right now, there's this body of water, and I thank you, body of water, for being so beautiful, for being so life-giving and life-sustaining. I give thanks for this park. Thank you to the earth. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you for the ground I sit on. Thank you for the material we use in our everyday lives that fulfill us, enrich us. Thank you that I am the bridge from the mundane to the mystery. That because I am alive, I can bring divinity to the earth and resolve and improve the earth with my divine gifts. I am the bridge, and God needs me. God needs all of us. I say a special prayer for the United States, a country where young black men are still lynched, and people will deny that, people will cover that up. I say a special prayer for every person of color who is being forced, pushed, pressured into depression and poverty. I say a prayer for the violence that exists in this country. And we used to think that young black men, that young Spanish men, we've been fed this story that we are the most violent. We are the gang members, right? There was all this pressure to close the border because of the gangs that were coming from Latin America, and the gangs that exist among black people, or we've been labeled in so many ways as violent people. And the violence that is permitted and allowed in our country is not given the attention and the care that is needed until white people start dying. And when a white guy is assassinated because of his political beliefs, we see it all over the media. But when a young black man is lynched, we don't. And I pray that the racism that exists in this country come undone. That the tapestry and the history that has led to our trauma and our oppression fail. That every belief we have been told about black and brown people begin to dissolve. That we see the reality that violence is coming from a very specific place, and that violence against people of color has always come from white men. And I say a prayer for all white men in this country, including that president, that compassion, that the love of Jesus Christ himself hit you like lightning, and that you change your ways, that you be ashamed and embarrassed of your deplorable behavior against people who are different than you. May you feel your own hatred. May you experience the harm and the damage that that causes in the world, and let that feeling change you forever. That's what I pray for this country. I pray for the protection of new leaders who want to see a world that is peaceful. I pray for the millions of people starving everywhere. And while what is happening in Gaza is heartbreaking, it has been happening for a very long time. Sudan and Congo have been starving for so much longer. And who knows where else in the world people are suffering. And we as Americans, as the first world, as we are called, don't even know, we don't even notice. May my drum, the sound of my drum, the vibration, reach every moment. Let my heart open. Let my mind no longer be heavy and doubtful, but hungry for more knowledge and understanding. And that I be motivated, extremely motivated to use that knowledge, to use the beauty and the brilliance I've been given to make the world a better place. Atta girl. get in trouble.